All right, so we've been talking about linear equations for a minute, um, but I feel like we should take a second to understand why do we use linear equations and what information do they actually give us. So we're going to be interpreting linear equations in context. For the first example that I have you're visiting Baltimore and you rent a taxi that gets you from your hotel to the National Aquarium. The taxi company charges a flat fee of $3 for using the taxi and 75 cents per mile. So I'm given two numbers from this one sentence. What can I do in order to come up with an equation that's going to help me interpret how much it will cost me to ride this taxi? So essentially, what I'm doing is I am once again making a linear equation, a y equals mx plus b equation with these two numbers. What the y is going to tell me is going to tell me the cost. The cost depending on x. But what is x? We will find out right now. So the first number, I have a $3 flat fee. The second number I have is a 75 cents per mile. If I remember anything from a couple of weeks ago, I know that m is my slope, and that's usually this is too thick, a rate, uses the word per, signifies a change. That's what a rate is. Then I have a constant. My constant is my y-intercept. It uses the word flat fee, flat rate, uses the word starting position, initial. Anything that's beginning is going to be a constant. So right away, when I see the word flat fee and the word per mile, I should be deciding which one is my slope and which one is my constant. Because I just said that a flat fee corresponds with the constant, that's my B. The $3 is my B. And then the word per mile is telling me that that 75 cents is my M. So my equation is y equals 0.75, because that's what we decided on, right? That per tells me the slope, x, plus my constant, that flat fee, which is $3. So we could come up with a linear equation. And what does this linear equation help me find out? So take a minute and think. So you could pause and give it your best guess. So when I think about it, I am paying a flat fee and I'm paying money per mile. So what this equation tells me is y is my cost depending on x. What is x? X is whatever the per is, depending on miles. So in this equation, I could have it as cost equals 0.75 times the number of miles plus 3. That's going to be my cost equation. And it looks similar to this. All we're doing is that we're changing what each variable is. Y signifies the cost, X signifies the number of miles. That's it. So then we could use this to find out, okay, at 0, that's my y-intercept. I'm going to pay $3 regardless. At 1 mile, because remember, this is also now miles, and then this is cost. At 1 mile, I'm going to pay 0.75 times 1 is 75 plus 3, 3.75. Plug in 2 into here. 2 miles, 2 times 75 cents is $1.50. $1.50 plus 3 is $4.50. So I could use these points to interpret what they mean. So what if I were to ask you, what does the point 3 comma 5.25 mean? Answer that. What this means is that at 3 miles, because that's X miles, it will cost me $5.25. That taxi will cost me $5.25 for 3 miles. That's it. That's the interpretation. Next, suppose we don't even have the sentence. We're just given right away a cost equation. C equals 2t plus 5. The rental of a bike is a cost, and I'm going to assume that t equals number of trips. So this could similarly be y equals 2x plus 5. We know that C equals the total cost. T is the number of trips. So what does the point T comma C mean? Or if you want to do it in this form, X comma Y. Well, this is going to tell me that for 2 trips, it will cost me $7, given that this is in dollars. That's all. The interpretation is what it states. So the rental cost is given by the equation C equals 2t plus 5. We could use that to then interpret other points. So next, what do you imagine this point right here would mean? 10, 25. And just for the purpose of labeling this graph, the x-axis and the y-axis, I just said that the y is cost based on these two. So then cost. And then I said that X was the number of trips. So what would this point tell me? 10, 25. What it tells me is that for 10 trips, it will cost me $25. So if you're ever asked, it means I will pay $25 for 10 trips.